Welcome back to channel Enviro Annotations. My name is Sanjay Mishra. Today we delve into one of the latest from the findings of an expert appraisal committee. You all know the expert appraisal committees are widely known as EACs and are constituted by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change for environmental appraisal of projects. Stick around till the end for crucial insights. Firstly, let's discuss the 4 projects either deferred or returned by the EAC. The proposal of Gurudev Biorefineries and Allied Industries Private Limited that sought an environmental clearance to establish a sugar unit with a capacity of 4,500 ton sugarcane crushing per day (TCD) and 200 KLD distillery with allied facilities in a village in Vijaypura district of Karnataka. It was deferred on 13 points for action by the project proponent. The proposal of Tajsri Biofuel Private Limited sought an EC for establishment of a 60 KLPD grain-based distillery along with 1.5 megawatt electricity generation in Bhandara district in Maharashtra, and it was returned by the EAC. The EAC noted, and it is very important, that the lease agreement in the name of the industry, which was for 5 years. What is the requirement? The lease agreement for a minimum duration of 20 years. So it was returned. Then the proposal of Balkrishna Industries Limited for expansion of carbon black manufacturing facility from 1.65 LTPA to 1.926 LTPA. LTPA is lakh ton per annum with existing 40 megawatt power plant, I think, CPP most probably, in a village in Bhuj Tehsil of Kutch district in Gujarat. And it was also deferred with 14 points for action. Then there was a proposal of Tirhut Udyog Private Limited for establishment of 100 KLD grain-based ethanol distillery with 2.5 megawatt cogeneration power plant in a village or in several villages in Kesuria Tehsil of East Champaran district of Bihar. It was deferred probably for the second time due to poor connectivity, poor internet connectivity, and thereby the project proponent as well as the EIA consultant, they could not make a proper presentation before the expert committee. The only project that was recommended for the grant of EC, grant of environmental clearance, was of Petronet LNG Limited for setting up petrochemical complex in Lubhara village in Bagra Tehsil, Bharuch district of Gujarat. Now I want to tell you about 2 important projects. Moving on to the project of Padma Shri Dr. Vittal Rao Vikhe Patil Sahakari Shakkar Karkhana Limited. The same company on which we have recently posted a video. You can watch the video number 245. The company was seeking an amendment in EC, the environmental clearance, already granted for an expansion of 4 times the distillery capacity, 60 KLD to 240 KLD, to produce rectified spirit, ENA, extra neutral alcohol and ethanol. The project is located at GAT number 196/1. This GAT number is very important. In a village called Pravara Nagar Loni, Tehsil Rahata and district Ahmednagar, Maharashtra. The GAT number is important if you read the NGT judgment. We'll discuss it. We have written an article on the same, and I'm giving a link in the description. I'm giving a link of the article in the description. Let us first see what the committee did. The committee noted that the company wants to change the condition. What is the EC condition it wants to change? That the raw spent was will be concentrated in MEE. MEE is multi-effective evaporator and burnt in an incineration boiler. And what it wants to change? It wants to change to raw spent was shall be forwarded for biomethanation first, followed by concentration in MEE, and concentrated spent wash shall be dried to form powder. The company justified this change citing increased revenue and value addition through 100% bioorganics recycling. The company has also stated that excess condensate from sugar plants will be used for distillery in sugar season. On this account, the EAC has sought a revised water balance from the company. It is further stated that the steam and power requirement of the distillery will be fulfilled from the existing 160 TPS ton per hour boiler. There is no requirement of additional purchase of land please note, for the amendment in EC. The EC has sought a copy of the company's board resolution from the company of directors, the board of directors, that the existing sugar and distillery units shall be merged. However, discrepancies in the total area of the sugar unit mentioned in the company's proposal and the EC obtained from the State Environment Impact Assessment Authority led the EAC to return the proposal. There was a difference in the area, in the land area, and the area was very huge. The EAC found that the total area of the sugar unit is 3,88,427.93 square meters, which is almost 96 acres. Whereas the EC dated 24th June 2020 obtained from the State Environment Impact Assessment Authority of the Maharashtra state mentions that total area of the sugar unit is 272 acres. So where is 96 acre and where is 272 acres? In view of this ambiguity in the layout plan and land details mentioned in the EC granted by the State Environment Impact Assessment Authority (EIA), the company has been asked to rectify and resubmit the proposal afresh. Thus, the EAC returned the proposal. Now, interestingly, most importantly, the EAC's meeting dated 29th February 2024 did not reference to ongoing matter resolved by the National Green Tribunal's Western Zone bench on 4th March 2024. There was a case going on, and the case was going on since 2017. The case involved a dispute filed by Kushabapu Ranganath Power and Dada Saheb Kushabapu Power against the company, the same company, Padma Shri Dr. Vittal Rao Vike Patil Sahakari Shakar Karkhana, and the Maharashtra State Pollution Control Board, that is Maharashtra Pollution Control Board. The concern was unscientific disposal of spent waste on open land adjacent to the farmer's land, and improper storage of spent waste and some deaths, some workmen's death. It's noteworthy that this case predated the EC for the expansion of the distillery, the 4 times expansion granted to the distillery. Obvious question, why the EAC did not mention the court case? Usually EACs place such things on records. Was the EAC ignorant? Now the next one, very important. We delve into the project of NextGen Green Fuels Private Limited seeking EC to establish a 110 KLD grain-based distillery plant along with 2.5 megawatt cogeneration power plant in village Karana of Jamnagar district in Gujarat. The EAC's document reveals that the presence of a seasonal nala flowing at a mere distance of 150 meters, how close you can understand, from the project site. And there is an artificial pond located at 700 meter. Further, the Nagamati river is situated at 1.2 kilometer of the project site. Notably, there is a forest land at a distance of 0.32 kilometer, 320 meter away from the project site. Moreover, the EAC expressed a significant concern regarding a high voltage power transmission line tower within the project plot. This raised apprehensions about potential lethal effects in the event of accidents. As a precautionary measure, the EAC recommended revising the plot layout. The suggested revision involves excluding area beneath the transmission line tower and maintaining a safe distance to effectively mitigate the potential hazards. Additionally, the EAC casts doubts on the adequacy of the proposed 4.85 hectare area of the project. They suggested that the project proponent explore options such as acquiring contiguous land or considering alternate site. The EAC's scrutiny uncovered significant discrepancies in the proposal. The proposal indicated a spent-was lagoon in the layout, prompting GRC India Private Limited, the NABT accredited consultant, EIA consultant, to attribute it to an inadvertent error. Assurances were made that the layout would be promptly revised to exclude this erroneous inclusion. Complications arose regarding the project site's road infrastructure. NextGen Green Fuels asserted the proposed plot as private land with no recorded road. However, the EAC observed the presence of a village road passing through the project area. Now, furthermore, there was a lack of approach road to the industry, despite NextGen Green Fuels' claim that the Google imagery data was outdated and approach road had already been constructed. In response to these discrepancies, the EAC issued specific recommendations. NextGen Green Fuels was advised to obtain a no objection certificate from the SDM office. The NOC would verify the absence of any public road across the proposed plot and confirm the existence of the approach road to the intended industrial site. Expressing dissatisfaction with the performance of GRC India Private Limited, the EAC criticized the NABT accredited EIA consultant for providing inadequate guidance to the project proponents. This, according to the EAC document, included essential site selection criteria such as land adequacy, the presence of an approach road, and maintaining a safe distance from the high voltage power transmission line towers. The EAC strongly recommended the ministry issue a warning letter to the NABT accredited EIA consultant GRC India Private Limited. To underscore the seriousness of their stance, the EAC warned a potential blacklisting of the consultant GRC India Private Limited in case of repeated shortcomings. This proposed blacklist would extend for at least 3 months, restricting the consultant from presenting projects in EAC Industry 2 meetings. Despite the EAC's position on this matter, concerns linger regarding their responsiveness. It is appropriate to question the EAC's purported seriousness. A complaint filed on 18th April 2023 seeking reassessment of proposals related to the same EIA consultant GRC India involving TQN Retails Private Limited and YTT Industries Private Limited, two project proponents in Uttar Pradesh, same distillery, grain-based distillery, received no response from the chairman and the member secretary of the EAC for about 4 months. अपनी वफा की कुछ इस तरह मिसाल देता हूं, कोई कुछ पूछे तो टाल देता हूं. The member secretary of the EAC has probably now changed. Anyway, an RTI application in the matter was filed in August 2023. It resulted in an inadequate and misleading response. Instead of providing transparent information, the CPIO, Dr. Mahendra Fulvaria, scientist C, he's still there in the EAC. He is from the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, attempted to educate the legal provisions, kind of eeny, meeny, miny, moe, while leaving the inquiry incomplete. Rather, full of weasel words. In furtherance, the first appellate authority's reply dated 18th October 2023, which relies on the EAC's claim that slight data variations could occur. Is it a technical response? With such responses to protect mistakes of an EIA consultant or maybe EIA consultants, only real pig's ear of EIA reports can be expected and not qualitative reports. To conclude, why the expert committee lacks the audacity to address errors of EIA consultants effectively